case as one where basically the chairman and accountant with collusion and they committed fraudulent activities showing that the company was doing well and it was not. There it's highlighted by it needed for an independent audit. Because back in the days, it was a question as to whether we should open up our details to a stranger. That was a question. Companies were coming forward to do auditing because they were worried that it will open up issues like what if this stranger goes out and tells about our revenue, etc. Things. So what will happen? But later, the court has dealt with this matter and said the true information and the statement is more important. Making sure it gives a true and fair is more important than the maintaining the confidentiality within the company. Because back in the day, companies mostly must have been within families, right? Which families will start the company randomly with very private ones. So that's really within a small circle. But now shares are shared with a lot of people. Even there can be people who are shareholders who wouldn't have even visited that particular place physically. Right? Nowadays, shares are divided into so many time bits, and so many people are shareholders of so many different companies. So now it has to be publicly available information for them to know what's actually happening with their money. Right? So the more the company structure expanded, the need for independent auditing came in. The necessity actually arises. Okay. Right. So, very interesting statement in Kingston Cottonell's case. That the person has to be careful, cautious, auditor has to be like a detective. Right? He has to be like a detective. He should not just naively believe everything that's presented to him. He needs to ask questions. He needs to ask for evidence for every single thing that's presented to him. And this is a very interesting comparison that an auditor is a watchdog and not a bloodhound. Do you know what these two things are? Very interesting metaphor that's used by the judge. That's why I highlighted that. That's the only important one, right? Reasonably careful, cautious, and the last one. But this is I don't know. I find that very interesting comparison. Watchdog, bloodhound. Just Google bloodhound and see. And what is a watchdog? So basically, it's two different kinds of dogs. No, he was not saying about the physical characteristics of the dog. No, they are nature. Nature of these two different dogs. Fine. Say like the characteristics of the tongue, characteristics of the show, and the show, like the nature, basically. I'll spend time just walking stairs. Okay. All right. So basically, the idea here is two different kinds of dogs, right? Okay. Watchdog basically something that oversees, like back in the days, that even for like the people who report back to, like even people who do like boat parades like during back in the day, who walk around like a city and like make sure everything's right, everything is fine. They are known as watchdog. Basically means that they supervise it, they observe, but they are not expected to be like a hunting dog, to go after problems and to find it, right? Auditor Yes, they have a job to be a detective. They have to do that job. Yes, true. They have to make sure, but like that's their job is not there to go and like find problems. So what they will do is they will genuinely believe whatever that is given to them, and they, if at all doubt arises, they will go ahead and ask for an inquiry. But you cannot expect an auditor to be like a hunter, like go ahead and try to find every single mistake. Yeah, that's not the job, right? So he is reasonably expected to use his discretion in making whether he needs further inquiry or not. Okay, so that means it's not too much pressure from the auditor, but there is reasonable care and caution is expected from. Isn't it a good metaphor? No? Those comparing. Okay, reasonable skill and care, basically examination of financial information and expressing an opinion about the financial statement. For your ease of understanding, I highlighted like the sentences, right? So you can just take note of that if you want to. $3:30 already. I have another. We only have. Okay. So up until this point, we were looking at the Companies Act. As I told you, we also have the Sri Lanka Accounting and Auditing Standards Act. But we don't refer it too much because that's very specific to these professions, right? Not about company secretary or director, but it's specific for auditors, right? They don't even tell anything about who a secretary or what a secretary should do. They will ask specifically for accountancy and auditing matters. So they also said that they have to maintain the basic standards, right? And appropriate auditing, the way that first thing is accounting should be maintained with the proper standard, and then it should be audited in the standard expected. Okay? Right. So I'm saying I'm missing one slide. Okay. Anyway, the main reason why I wanted to highlight that is that there was one slide, I'm not sure if that's not here, then it says that auditor should be an honest person. Okay? Right? Because we are expecting that person to give us true statement. And I'm going to share something that happened in the previous class. Yeah, even after I told them not to sign for their friends, a couple of them did, and I did. So my question is, if you can't be an honest student, how can a company trust you to be an honest auditor? I really don't know. Right? It was very disappointing for me that I told them that if they are late or if they couldn't come, they can just come and tell me. But still, they paid their sign. So if any of you are planning to do that, please don't. Okay? I'm telling you, if you learn to do this here, if you learn to forge signatures here, you are going to do that as an adult, as a working person, right? And the thing is, if you do something like this here, and if you get caught, like the institution as well as we ventures have the power to destroy your entire professional career. Why? Because you have actually committed a crime, forging a signature. So please don't do that. If your friends couldn't come here, just come and tell the lecturer. Okay? So this is not like a moral lesson class for you, but honestly, I want to stress this that you as auditors, accounting professionals, you are expected to act with some dignity. So be that person now. From now on, let's build that moral compass. Okay? Right. Please sign us. The next lecture is at 4, right?